You are holding something powerful in your hands right now. Whether it is a crumpled dollar bill, a fresh crisp note, a coin you found on the floor, or even your phone. As you check your bank balance, you are touching something that the entire world has agreed carries value. And most people, the moment they touch money, they think thoughts like, "This is not enough," or "Where did it all go?" or "My personal favorite, God, please, just a little more." And then they put it down and walk away, wondering why wealth never seems to stay. Today, that cycle ends. Today, you are going to learn what to say, what to think, and what to feel the very second money passes through your fingers, because those words, those thoughts, those feelings are either opening a door or slamming it shut. And I have been watching people slam that door for a very long time. Now, before we go any further, I want to tell you about something that has been changing lives quietly and consistently. It is called the Command and Manifest ebook, and the link is sitting right there in the description below this video. This is not just another book of pretty quotes. This is a step-by-step guide through your entire manifestation journey, from understanding why your words have power, to speaking the right declarations over your finances, your relationships, your health, your entire life. It is practical. It is clear. It is written for real people living real lives who are tired of hoping things get better and are ready to actually command that they do. The link is in the description. Go and get it. Bookmark it. Read it tonight. Now, let us get into what you came here for. There is a woman I once knew, and I say once knew, because she was a previous version of someone who now walks quite differently, who would count her coins every single morning with a face like she was reading her own obituary. Every coin, every bill. And with each one she would mutter, "Not enough, not enough, not enough." She treated money like it was evidence of her failure. And the fascinating thing, or rather the heartbreaking thing, is that every month she was right. It was never enough. She was so consistent at being broke that you almost had to admire the dedication. Almost. That woman is not unique. That woman is most of us. You see, you did not come to this video by accident. Something in you is stirring. Something in you is tired, and not the kind of tired that sleep fixes, but the kind of tired that comes from working hard, doing what you are supposed to do, trying to be responsible and sensible and logical, and still feeling like wealth is a country you are not allowed to enter. You look at the people around you who seem to have money flowing easily, and you wonder what they know that you do not. Is it their connections? Their luck? Did someone hand them something you were not given? Sometimes, but more often than not, and this is the part that will either free you or frustrate you, depending on how stubborn you decide to be today. The difference is in what they are saying to themselves about money every single day. Here is the thing about money that nobody wants to admit, because it sounds too simple, and we have all been trained to believe that difficult problems require complicated solutions. Money is sensitive. I do not mean that in some vague, spiritual, hand-wavy way. I mean that your entire financial life is shaped by your dominant mental attitude toward it. The thoughts you think most, the words you speak most, the feelings you feel most around the subject of money, those are not just passing clouds. They are instructions. They are the commands you are sending out into the universe, into your subconscious mind, into the energy field that determines what you attract and what you repel. And if every time you touch money you are thinking fear, lack, and desperation, then, my dear, you are literally repelling it. You are using money as a magnet pointed the wrong way. Let me explain this in a way that will make sense, even if you are deeply skeptical right now, and I welcome your skepticism, because the truth does not require your belief to function, but it does help to understand it. Your subconscious mind does not think. It does not reason. It does not debate. It only accepts and acts on what is given to it, repeatedly and with feeling. It is like a very obedient servant who will do exactly what you tell it, no matter how unhelpful the instruction. So when you say, with genuine feeling, every time you see your bank account, "I never have enough money," your subconscious mind, that loyal and completely non-judgmental servant, says, "Understood. continuing to create the experience of never having enough money. It is not punishing you. It is serving you badly because you gave it a bad command. This is why affirmations done half-heartedly do not work. You cannot say, "I am wealthy," once in the mirror on a Tuesday morning while your stomach is in knots about an overdraft and expect the universe to reorganize itself around that one whisper. The subconscious needs repetition. It needs emotion. It needs a new dominant pattern to overwrite the old one. And the most powerful moment, the absolute prime moment to create that new pattern, is when your hands are literally on money. That is when your emotional energy around finances is most activated. That is the open door, and most people walk through it saying exactly the wrong things. So let us talk about what to say instead. And before you roll your eyes and say, "Oh, she is just going to tell me to say I am a millionaire while I am eating instant noodles." No, that is not what this is. Because saying words you do not believe creates conflict, and conflict is not manifestation, it is just noise. What we are doing is finding the truth that is available to you right now, in this moment, and building from there. Because there is always a truth available that points toward abundance. Always, even when it does not feel like it. The first thing to say when you touch money, any amount, a single coin, a small note, is this: money flows to me easily and frequently. Now, is that true for you right now? Maybe not at the level you want, but is it completely false? Have you literally never received money in your life? Of course you have. Money has come to you before. It came to you this week in some form. So the statement is not a lie. It is a declaration of the direction you are moving in. It is you telling your subconscious, "This is the pattern I am establishing." And the more you say it while holding money, the more your subconscious begins organizing your thoughts, your instincts, your decisions, and your energy around making that statement truer every day. The second declaration is one I hold very dear because it addresses the root of so much financial suffering. Say this: there is always more than enough. This one is powerful because it directly attacks the scarcity program. Scarcity is the belief, deeply lodged, usually from childhood, that the world is a place of limited resources and you specifically are not going to get your share. It is the feeling that if someone else is winning, you must be losing. That if wealth is flowing somewhere, it must be flowing away from you. It is an exhausting way to live, and it is completely untrue. There is enough. The universe is not running out of abundance. You are not competing with 8 billion people for the same small pile. Declare it, feel it, let it sink in while you hold that money in your hand. The third declaration, and this one always makes people a little uncomfortable, which means it is probably the most necessary, is: I love money, and money loves me. Now, you may have been taught that loving money is wrong, that it is shallow, or greedy, or spiritually suspect. And I understand where that comes from. But here is the thing: you cannot attract something you secretly despise. If deep down you believe that money is dirty, or that wealthy people are corrupt, or that wanting more makes you a bad person, you have built a wall around yourself that abundance cannot cross. Loving money does not mean being enslaved to it. It means being in a relationship with it that is warm, welcoming, and respectful. When you love money, you take care of it. You appreciate it when it comes. You do not speak badly about it when it leaves. And things and people tend to return to where they are appreciated. Now here is a moment I want you to really sit with. Think about the last time you paid a bill. How did it feel? For most people, paying a bill feels like loss. It feels like bleeding. It feels like, there it goes again, the money I worked so hard for, disappearing into the hands of some corporation that does not even know my name. And that feeling, that tight, resentful, grieving feeling, is a declaration. It is saying to the universe, releasing money is painful, and I do not want to do it. And the universe, being the very cooperative and non-judgmental place that it is, ensures that releasing money remains painful and infrequent, which means it also becomes less frequent that money arrives, because the door that money exits through is the same door it enters through. What if instead, every time you paid a bill, you said out loud or in your heart, "This money goes out and brings back 10 times more." What if you blessed the payment? What if you said, I am grateful I have the means to pay this. I send this money out with joy, and it returns to me multiplied. This sounds absurd. I know it sounds absurd, but try it. Try it for 30 days. Watch how your relationship with money shifts. Watch how the anxiety around finances begins to lose its grip, because the feeling changes first, and the circumstances always follow the feeling. Let me tell you what the ancient wisdom that sits at the foundation of all of this actually says. Stripped of religion, stripped of woo-woo, stripped of anything that makes you want to close the tab. Your words create your world. This is not metaphor. Every tradition, every philosophical system, every genuine spiritual teacher across human history has arrived at this same conclusion by different roads. The Stoics said it. Your life is shaped by your inner narration. Modern neuroscience says it. Your brain creates your perceived reality based on its dominant patterns and predictions. The book of Proverbs says it, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Quantum physics dances around it. The observer affects the observed. They are all pointing at the same thing. You are not a passive spectator in your financial life. You are the author, and authors choose their words. So here is a small and powerful framework. I am going to call it the touch, speak, feel method. And it is exactly what it sounds like, because I have never believed in making simple things complicated. Every time you touch money, every single time, whether it is paying for groceries, receiving your salary, pulling out your wallet, counting your change, checking your balance, you do three things. You speak a declaration, you mean it, and you feel it. Even if you have to fake the feeling at first, until the feeling becomes real. The declarations can be the ones we discussed. Money flows to me easily and frequently. There is always more than enough. I love money, and money loves me. This money goes out and brings back more. I am a magnet for financial blessings. Every dollar I spend comes back to me multiplied. Choose the ones that resonate. Make them your own. Adjust the language until it sounds like you, and not like a robot reading from a poster. The goal is that these words carry your energy, your intention, your genuine reaching toward a better reality. Now someone in the comments, and I already know who you are, because you are that person in every room, and I say this with love, is going to say, but what about action? You can't just talk to money and expect it to show up. And you are right, absolutely right. Words without aligned action are wishes. But here is what changes when your inner declaration shifts. Your actions change. You stop making decisions from fear and start making them from faith. You stop turning down opportunities because you are afraid you will fail, and start saying yes because you trust that the universe is working in your favor. You start noticing pathways and possibilities that your fear brain was too busy to see. The words come first, and they clear the path for the action to follow. You do not skip the action, you supercharge it. There is also something important I want to say about gratitude. Not the gratitude that is performed, where you list things you are thankful for, like a homework assignment, but the gratitude that is felt in the body, when you realize how much has already come your way. I want you to think about every bill you have ever paid, every one, because every bill you paid means that at some point, money came to you. Enough to survive, enough to keep the lights on, enough to eat. The fact that you are here, watching this, means you made it through every difficult financial moment in your past. Every single one. Your survival rate is 100%, and that is not nothing. That is evidence that money has always found a way to you. Your job now is simply to make yourself a better and more welcoming destination for it. This is where I also want to speak to those of you who grew up in households where money was always discussed as a source of stress, where your parents worried out loud, where the phrase, "we can't afford it," was a constant soundtrack to your childhood. That programming runs deep. It is not your fault that it is there, but it is your responsibility to address it now, because it will follow you into every financial decision, every negotiation, every opportunity, until you consciously replace it with something better. The declarations are part of that replacement. Therapy is part of it for some people. Community is part of it. Education is part of it. The Command and Manifest ebook is part of it because it takes you through this process step by step, declaration by declaration, helping you dismantle the old program and install a new one. The link is in the description. This is the kind of investment that pays for itself in ways you cannot predict yet, but absolutely will experience. And speaking of experience, let me give you something to do right now, today, before this video ends. Find the nearest piece of money, a coin, a note, whatever is in your pocket or your wallet. Hold it in both hands. Look at it and say these words, slowly, with as much feeling as you can genuinely bring to them. I am grateful for this and for all the money that flows to me. Money is my friend, my partner, my ally. I release the fear and I welcome the flow. More is always on its way. Say it 3 times. Notice how it feels. Notice if there is resistance, because the resistance is just the old program, recognizing that it is about to be replaced and doing what all programs do when they are threatened, making noise. Do not argue with the noise. Just keep speaking your new truth over it. There is something beautiful that happens when a person shifts their relationship with money. It is not just financial. They begin to walk differently, to speak differently, to make decisions with more confidence and less desperation. The neediness leaves, and you know what replaces it? A kind of easy, steady certainty. The certainty that you are provided for, that the universe is generous, that your needs are already met in ways you have not seen yet but are absolutely in motion. This is not naivety. This is spiritual confidence, and it is available to you right now, in this moment, regardless of what your bank account says today, because your bank account today is the result of your thinking last year. What you think today is building your bank account for next year. So the question is not, what do I have right now? The question is, what am I declaring right now? And the answer to that question is entirely in your hands. Quite literally, if you are holding money while you answer it. I want to leave you with this. You were not born lacking. You were not designed for scarcity. The part of you that longs for abundance is not greed, it is recognition. It is your soul recognizing that the life it came here to live requires resources, and that those resources are available, and that the only real barrier between you and a life of genuine plenty is the story you have been telling yourself every single time money has passed through your hands. Change the story. Today. Right now. One declaration at a time. One touch at a time. One intentional moment of choosing faith over fear at a time. It will feel strange at first. Do it anyway. It will feel like pretending. Do it anyway. Because the people who changed their financial reality did not wait until they believed it perfectly. They spoke it until they did. And if you want the full journey, the complete roadmap from where you are now to the abundant life that is already waiting for you, go and get the Command and Manifest ebook. The link is in the description. Read it, use it, come back, and tell me in the comments what shifted for you. Because I read those comments. I see you. And I know that the fact that you watched this far means you are ready. Not someday ready. Right now ready. Go and touch some money. Say the words and welcome the change that is already on its way to you.